What's going on, Fireflies? It's me, NeonMUA, and I am here to present you with some greatness. So I want to thank you guys so much right off the bat for the support of my past two videos. They are the highest performing videos that I have in the shortest amount of time. They're almost at like 300 views each. So right off the bat, thank you guys, especially for the Makeup Battle Royale. So I figured today I would give you another Makeup Battle Royale. Today's video is going to be very interesting. It's going to feature the highly talked about Naked Heat palette by Urban Decay. This battle is going to be quite interesting because I was able to find literally an exact dupe. Our Makeup Battle Royale is going to be, of course, between the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette and the Rimmel London Magnif'eyes Spice eyeshadow palette. Yeah. Alright guys, before we get into this video, as always, if at any time you are enjoying yourself, make sure you go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs up. It means a lot. Also, if you guys want to see me more on your feed, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I upload. And without further ado, we're going to get right into our next Makeup Battle Royale video. So, let's go. Alright you guys, so just like in my past Makeup Battle Royale video, I'm going to break down everything between the palettes. I'm going to break down price points, I'm going to break down similarities, everything so that you guys can figure out what's the best option to go with these palettes. So first we're going to start with the original. We're going to start with the Urban Decay Naked Heat eyeshadow palette. This palette is the newest edition of the Urban Decay Naked series eyeshadow palettes. If you didn't know, one of Urban Decay's biggest selling items is their Naked series eyeshadow palettes. This palette came out last year. The big hype about it was that it was extremely warm tone as opposed to all the nudes that were released in the past palettes. The big issue I remember when this palette came out was that how it's swatched. Apparently the swatches weren't as great as they saw online. They didn't perform as beautifully as people thought. There was a lot of back and forth between it. I mentioned this palette, I believe, in my Bops or Flops of 2017. I don't remember quite what I said. Future days, insert a clip here. Right off the bat, the packaging is amazing. Super luxe. The shades, choice in concept seems nice because it's a warm naked palette. Performance wise, it's weird. So now you know how I felt. Speaking now, this palette is a cute palette. It's great for, you know, your warmer vibes if you're a person of that nature. I personally love bright colors, so it was a stretch for me to get this anyway. The Naked Heat palette retails on the Urban Decay website for $54. That was another big thing. It was $54 for this palette right there. Like I said, there's a lot of bronzy, shimmery, warm tone shades. Beautiful for, you know, deep complexions. So yeah. Oh, also, the big thing about this palette, a lot of people were saying that you could honestly get the same vibe from this palette if you bought the Morphe 350 palette. I'm sure the Morphe 350 is pretty close to it as well. But you're pretty much paying for the name and the casing. The packaging of this is really great, by the way. Moving over to the real tea about this video. It is the Rimmel London Magnif'eyes Spice Edition eyeshadow palette. If you guys don't know, the Rimmel London Magnif'eyes eyeshadow palettes are kind of similar to the Naked series by Urban Decay. As of now, including this palette, I believe there are 5. There is the Blush, the Nudes, the Smokies, the Color Edition, and the Spice Edition. I actually have reviewed the Color Edition eyeshadow palette in my drugstore makeup review. So if you guys want to know how I felt about that, future dates, insert clip here. So this palette comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Has a lot of shimmer shades in here and like 2 mattes. This gold shade is really nice. Wow, that is intense. I am thoroughly impressed with this. This palette is going to be, like I said, it's the newest edition. It runs in the same pattern that all the palettes run. These palettes have 12 shades. So I'm thinking in my head that these palettes are going to be very similar to Urban Decay's Naked formula, or Naked visual appeal, what have you. I'm guessing if you were to compare visually the first 3 Naked palettes and then like the first 3 Rimmel palettes, I'm assuming they will look the same. I don't know. I'm not personally one who grabs a Urban Decay Naked palette, and I'm not one to really grab a Rimmel London palette either. So this is, you know, this is me branching out. Like I said, I have tried out the Rimmel London palettes before. This one, we shall see how it performs. I am looking on Rimmel's website. They don't have prices on these palettes. All right, so you guys, if you were to go to Walgreens per se, that's where I got mine from. If you were to go to Walgreens, the first 3 palettes are $8.49. I believe the Color Series and the Spice Series palettes are $5.49, 5 something of that nature. And they also have a $2 off coupon for the rest of this month, so or until the 5th. So if you're watching this video before May 5th, then you guys can get this palette for like $3. So yeah, you're looking at $54 versus $3 for an eyeshadow palette. That sounds like, you know, obviously you should get a Rimmel palette. However, you guys, we got to get into swatches. We got to see how this is going to perform. I briefly swatched a few of these shades when I first got this palette. Come on, yeah. So I know how the shades compare. I just want to show you guys. If you haven't noticed, these palettes literally align up the same. Literally, these shades are arranged the exact same. So Rimmel knows what they're doing. All right, you guys, so the first swatch from each group is going to be the Urban Decay. Second swatch is from Rimmel. The main difference in this palette is going to be how the mattes perform. As you can see in each of the groups of the mattes, the first shade, which is the Urban Decay shade, is a lot darker. It's a lot more rich. The Rimmel shades are actually a little bit lighter and a little bit more ashy. Looking at the metallics, the Rimmel London actually performs just as well in terms of intensity. There's obviously a little bit of a shade difference. All right, you guys, I brought you in so we can see how this goes. I'm going to actually prime my eyes using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I have worked with Urban Decay's palette before. This is nothing new for me. So I'm going to start by taking Low Blow as a transition shade, and I never did a full review of this palette because I got this palette before I was on YouTube, but I will say that as light as some of these colors look in pan, they've actually gone a lot darker. So I'm just gonna take the dupe from Rimmel. Rimmel's palettes don't have shade names, so sorry. On the eye, this shade looks the exact same, which is surprising because when I swatched them, the mattes look a lot drier, ashier, whatever. So yeah, I have a little dusty on my nose. Okay, I did a cut crease in my last battle royale. I don't want to do another cut crease, so we're just going to do like a smoky situation here. I'm going to dip into Urban Decay's palette. I'm going to take the color In Fuego, which is like a burgundy berry, a burgundy berry. Put it over here. Put that into the crease, and I'm going to take the counterpart from Rimmel. And looking at this shade, the shade is definitely, it's not as deep, it's not as intense as compared to Urban Decay's. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I can tell in my mirror. Next from Urban Decay, I'm going to take the shade Ashes, which is a deepened burgundy but runs more purple. Place that on the outer corner. Same thing on the Rimmel side, the opposite of that shade. And this shade is a lot more lighter. I can tell right off the bat, I can already tell it's a lot lighter. The main difference between these palettes is that the Urban Decay side is definitely darker and intenser. These shades are softer, more muted, and I guess that's great considering this is a drugstore brand. A lot of people don't want deep, intense eyeshadows, and that's okay. There's an obvious difference here. All right, so I want to add some metallics from the Urban Decay palette, eyebrow. I'm going to take the color Lumbre, which is that rose gold, that fiery rose gold color that I swatched earlier. This is honestly one of my favorite shades from this palette because it's a rose gold. Placing that over the lid. And as I said in past videos, of course you can always intensify metallics by spraying the brush. But for the purpose of this video, I am using the shadows as is. For comparison, this look is a very simple bronzy eye. Nothing to see here, people. Ooh, I'm hot. And moving over to Rimmel, I'm going to take the dupe shade for that. Looking at it, it comes off on the brush a lot more easier. So that's something. Oh wow, that is intense. Gosh, that is pretty. Oh man, that is gorgeous. These shades are not identical, I can tell you that right now. Yeah, these shades are definitely not identical. I don't know if you can turn the camera, but the Urban Decay shade is more golden, whereas this shade runs more pink. So as you can tell already, there is a dramatic difference between this side and this side. Now for the under eye, I'm going to take the color Scorched, which is a metallic burgundy. The metallics in this palette are actually really gorgeous. I'll tell you how I feel exactly towards the end. We're just going to run that across the bottom of the eye. And for, obviously, I'm going to take the same, or the dupe shade from Rimmel, and do the same over here. These two shades actually look identical. Wow, those are identical shades. I don't know if you can tell. See, those shades are identical. To top everything off, I'm going to go and highlight my inner corner and brow bone using the color Ounce from Urban Decay. This is this in pan, it looks metallic or shimmery. When it's actually applied, however, it looks very pale and white, which is interesting. And in the Rimmel London palette, I'm going to take the quote-unquote dupe for this one. Now, what I will say is that this shadow is not a dupe. This shadow is definitely more metallic. It is white and shiny. Like, look at it. That is, those two are definitely not the same shades. It is this blinding white metallic. I'll show you. Yeah, this is the shade. It's a very frosty white compared to Ounce from Urban Decay. Ounce is got a bit of a gold sheen to it, but it's not as intense and as blinding as the Rimmel shade. And like I said before, taking it, highlighting the brow bone, and you can definitely see now. The shade is definitely more white, iridescent, blinding, as opposed to Ounce. Alright you guys, so as you can see, there's an obvious difference between the two sizes. The Urban Decay side, this is Rimmel. What I'm going to do now is finish up the eyes and the rest of the face. I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on these palettes, but I think it's kind of obvious how I feel. There's definitely a clear difference as opposed to my last video, so you'll see. So be right back. Alright you guys, I am back with the completed look. Throw on a metallic lip, some blush, some shadow, you know. I've been doing a lot of bronzy looks lately. I don't know why. Alright you guys, so it's time for my final thoughts on the Naked Heat palette by Urban Decay versus the Rimmel London Spice palette. I'm going to tell you guys right now, although this palette is visually similar to the Urban Decay palette, it is definitely not the same. I can tell you guys off the bat. There are a few colors that are pretty close. I can tell you right now, Low Blow and Scorched are two colors in this palette that have pretty much the exact duplicates in the other palette. Like I said, a lot of the mattes are a lot drier and ashier looking than the ones in the Urban Decay palette. Obviously right off the bat, Ounce is totally different from the white metallic shade that's in the Rimmel palette. One of them is a golden undertone dust, which is pure white. So that's the big difference here. There are slight differences with the metallics, but for the most part they're all the same. The big difference is definitely in the mattes. If you are someone who was considering getting the Urban Decay Heat palette and you were like, oh, I don't know if these shades are gonna look flattering on me or if I'm even gonna like it, go ahead and grab the Rimmel Spice palette. It's definitely more user friendly compared to the Urban Decay palette, especially when you're gonna spend $54 versus like $3 or $4. This is, like I said, this is not an exact dupe. If you are someone who loves dupes and who wants to save money, then go ahead and get Rimmel. However, I feel as though the Rimmel palette is definitely not as intense The color payoff is there, but the shades are identical and the intensity is not there. So there's that to consider. But like I said, if you're looking to work your way into spending $54 on the palette, then definitely get this one first. At the end of the day, it is definitely your preference in terms of pricing and everything. I'm not gonna tell you to spend $54. It took me a good month and a half to even get this palette when it first came out, because I was like, $54 for 12 shadows is a lot. Okay, Morphe palettes are cheap and you get more shadows. But if you're someone who wants to get color payoff and everything, both palettes do the job. I will say that this palette does offer a lot of like transitional groundwork shades to use, and that was an issue that I had with the colored version of this palette, is because there was like 1 or 2 transition shades. So this is a great palette to have in conjunction with those. I feel like if you want to get all 5 of the Rimmel palettes, then it'll be a great base to have when you're starting playing with makeup, because these are really impactful shadows. The metallics in there are stunning. They perform great, so it's not like you're not getting your money's worth from this. You're actually getting more. Alright, you guys, that is going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Before you go, I have to remind you guys of my giveaway. In case you do not know, I am doing a giveaway on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, as well as the Morphe 25G Grand Glam palette. To enter that giveaway, all the instructions are actually in my last video, which will be a bubble for that above and below. But yes, if you're interested, go ahead and enter that giveaway, because that giveaway does end this week, May 3rd, Thursday at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you guys go ahead and enter. I want you guys to go ahead and enter. I want you guys to get your chance to win one of these 2 amazing palettes. Alright, you guys, before you go, as always, if you enjoyed yourself here, give this video a huge thumbs up, like, and support. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I upload. I upload videos roughly twice a week, so if you're enjoying me, then join the family. Also, make sure you guys share this video with all your friends, family, and whoever, wherever on the internet. Spread the love. We've recently hit 200 subscribers. I am so thankful for all you guys who subscribe. Just keep watching, you guys. Keep sharing. Keep spreading the love. You guys are awesome. I love you, fireflies. Thank you so much. Thank you. Alright, you guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. And until next time, take care. Deuce. That was a lot of breath. Shit, I'm fat. Okay. I know I have more than one flat eyeshadow brush or synthetic brush. Guess not. Okay, cool. Work done. Work, mama. And to top. Ooh. My nose is itching. And I'm seeing quite the fallout. Alright, now, get up. As I was saying, all right. If you feel like you can handle a big palette like Naked Heat, you can go ahead and get Naked Heat. I look gorgeous though. Oh, wait a minute. I look gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I'm shook.